Good morning, guys. It's Friday, about 7:20 in the morning. On my way to work. Beautiful, chilly morning. Feeling pretty good. So, I kind of thought of a topic for this video. Something interesting I saw yesterday on YouTube was an interview with Elon Musk and Trump. Like, Elon was interviewing Trump, or not really interviewing, but just like having a conversation. And I thought that was kind of strange. So when I tried to search for the full interview, this was like 2 days ago, the top two search results were like live YouTube videos. So I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. So I clicked on the first one, and it was just like, it was like AI voices of Elon and like an AI video, like deepfake of Elon talking on like a stage, and like Trump was like in a phone call talking, but the voices were just so AI generated. It was kind of hard to spot, but they were definitely like fake. Just, you could tell from like the cadence and like the matter-of-fact spokenness of what they were saying, and it did not sound right. So I was like, oh, that's funny. Someone's trying to like, you know, make some stuff up or whatever. But I looked at the view count, and it was like 65,000 people were watching that live. And I was just baffled at that, how that many people were tuning into just like 100% deepfake Elon and Trump talking. So that was pretty strange. And then the second video under it was also live, and it was pretty much the same thing, just another deepfake of them both talking. And there was like 2,000-ish people watching that, but it baffles me how many people were tuning into just blatantly like false and made up interviews like that, just because it's Elon and Trump. But it's definitely kind of crazy times we're coming into with all of the misinformation, and I mean, I know you guys definitely see it too. I try not to really have a strong political opinion, just because I don't really keep up with all that stuff. It's kind of just like, I hear it and I see it all the time, but I'm not super informed on all of the bills and the laws and everyone's stance, and pretty much all of the information that everyone's getting is just like mostly fabricated or fake news, or just stuff that's not really, you know, telling the whole story. And that's definitely a problem that I see. Too many people are getting caught up in just like all of the nonsense and the white noise, that there's a lot of distractions happening, and that's just something I've noticed, and it kind of makes me not want to get involved or take a stand on any topics, because there's just so many people that just would never change their minds or hear the other side, because they're so caught up in their own echo chamber, and they're willing to just like sever their relations with friends and family based on topics that might never even happen or affect them in any way, just because they've been so brainwashed online. And that's it's kind of sad to see, to be honest. And you know, I don't really know what the solution would be to that, but just to keep your friends and family closer and try to open to their opinions. And if you don't agree, then, you know, that's kind of a good thing in a way, because we live in a country where, this is the United States, by the way, we live in a country where we're able to, you know, have our own opinions and make our own decisions and vote how we choose to. I think a lot of people take that for granted, and it's like, if you don't agree with me, then, you know, you're not my friend anymore, or we're disowning you as a family member. That mindset is just, it's so backwards, and that's definitely what's destabilizing all of, like, yeah, that type of attitude is just not what you want to see. It's not helpful. It doesn't add anything. It just creates division. Shit's whack enough as it is. Probably mindsets like that are the reason why we have such divisive such divisive opinions in the first place. So yeah, the main thing is probably just not get so tangled up in all the noise. And the biggest thing that can affect change is most likely in your local government, and you probably have a lot more sway in that area. So that's my soapbox. Awesome. Alrighty, where was I? Just had a little break. It's like way later in the day now. So, whatever we were talking about before, please don't go, lady. Yeah, just back to mindless nonsense on the interwebs and all kinds of misinformation, and everything is just geared toward making everyone hate each other and take sides against topics that no one's really that educated on, and they just read one headline and they've made up their mind already. Stuff like that is just really annoying. There's really not a big difference between whatever political party that you're supporting. They're still gonna just suck in different ways. So I really don't care to be political. I'm not in a position to give anyone advice on any topic at all. Like, make your own choices. If you think it's right, even if people don't agree with you or I don't agree with you, that's awesome. If you can make your own choice, that's what it's about. And other people are allowed to make their own choices, just like you're allowed to make your choice. So the fact that we disagree is almost a good thing, in my opinion, because it just means that we have our own freedom and options to think for ourselves. And if you can support your argument with real evidence and stuff like that, then that's good too. It doesn't mean anyone is going to listen, but it means that you've made a semi-informed decision. So make your own decisions. Don't just read a headline on Facebook and suddenly your parents are disowning you because you have your own idea. Stuff like that is just like not helping anyone, and like ostracizing people for their beliefs. That's no different than exactly what the thing that you despise the most. You are becoming that in a way if you just can't see the other side. And it's just pointless trying to argue or change someone's mind when their mind's already set. It's just better to just talk about something else. Talk about something that's enjoyable and not stirring the fire. So that's my little rant on that topic. It doesn't really matter too much. I didn't really say anything, to be honest. You just had to think for yourself, make your own decisions. Don't hate on other people for stuff that you can't control, because at the end of the day, who really cares? If you're able to go home to your friends and family, that's really all that matters. Don't get caught up in all the noise. Just do your best and try to make the lives better of the people closest to you. Don't try to force them away if they have a different, God forbid, they have a different political opinion. And who even has a political opinion nowadays anyway? It's really just all bullshit anyway. Oh, little update. There's gonna be I'm planning on making a couple pretty cool videos that I've been planning on making for a really long time. I just haven't really gotten around to it, and the timing just wasn't there. But I did order a couple parts for the bike, and I'm really excited to get them installed. Boop, boop. Fucking big bump. Fucking dude. But yeah, I ordered a couple performance mods, I should say. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be quick, but we're gonna be modding the MT-03 quite a bit. We're gonna be getting velocity stacks installed from TST Industries. It's supposed to help out with like the top end performance, maybe like 5 horsepower after 10,000 RPM, and it just keeps that power band awake. That's gonna be fun. We're getting a full Akrapovic exhaust system, which is just gonna totally change the character of the bike, and I'm pretty excited for that. That's been kind of like high on my list for a while. I'm excited to get that started. And then finally we're gonna get a two-wheel Dynoworks tune to just bring the velocity stacks and exhaust together and create just, you know, the ultimate road MT-03 that is possible without doing some heavy engine work. So, you know, that's gonna be pretty awesome. It's gonna be like the fastest MT-03 or R3 that you can really get and still be streetable. It's gonna be probably just stupidly loud, which isn't a bad thing, because the MT-03, it sounds loud when you're riding it, but if you're in a car, especially on the highway, there's like zero way that you're hearing it over the sound of the wind and you know, like inside your car. So like this guy in the white van, just unless he has a visual on me, there's no way he knows I'm behind him. There's no sound, there's no indicator. And you know, I definitely hear other bikes on the freeway. Let's get past him. I hear other bikes before they pass me on the freeway, and that's kind of the first thing that I notice when they're approaching from behind when I'm in my car. And so that is a kind of like a safety thing, and like a nice way to you know, try to stay visible and not get freaking sideswiped when I'm going by people. So that would be cool. I'm excited for that. So yeah, expect like a full bike walk around, and you know, maybe some reviews on the parts, and hopefully it ends up being worth it, because it's kind of expensive to get the exhaust and the tune, and I wouldn't really get the exhaust alone because it would just make the bike run like trash if I, you know, did that type of modification to it without tuning like the fuel map and stuff. So hopefully it turns out good. I would expect that in like 2 weeks, because I have to do quite a bit of other work. Like I have to pull the whole airbox out and mod that to get the velocity stacks in. That's kind of an ordeal. Got to take the tank off and all this stuff. Also, I have to delete the AIS system, which is like some emissions thing with like the intake. It like just recirculates some like fuel or something into the airbox. I don't know. It's just some unnecessary emission stuff that has to go if we're putting the exhaust on. And yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get to that until maybe the middle of next week. It's Friday today. So once we get all the parts in, I'm expecting to take like a day or so, and I'm gonna try to stagger how I do the install. So I want to do the exhaust first, and then ride around for like a day or two with the exhaust and kind of get a feel for it without the tune on it, and see if I can notice a difference. It's probably gonna like be shooting flames and just running super poorly because that fuel trim is gonna be all off, because I don't know, the back pressure or something is gonna be wonky. But it should be fun. It should be kind of cool to see if it's running a little rich, or yeah, we'll see how that goes. Then I don't think there's really a point to test the velocity stacks with no tune, because that I can almost guarantee there is gonna be no difference at all, besides maybe a little bit more intake sound. But other than that, it's not really going to make a difference. So I think I'm going to do the tuning and the velocity stack at the same time. It's going to take a few days, maybe like a week, to get my ECU back from Tool Dynoworks. So yeah, the plans. Those are the plans. And yeah, hopefully this video wasn't too annoying. I don't know what the heck I was trying to talk about and get, you know, any way political. That's not what I'm about. That's not what I want the channel to be about. I just mainly want anyone watching this as a viewer, or maybe even myself, to just be reminded that, you know, keep your friends and family close. Don't be ostracizing people for just nonsense. Don't get brainwashed with all of these Facebook psyops and all this other nonsense, because it really doesn't matter that much at the end of the day, and it certainly matters less than how much we give it the ability to affect us. That sentence didn't really make any sense, but you get my point. You know, who really cares? None of it really even matters. I think that's more of like a boomer thing or a millennial thing, to just, you know, maybe like a doomer mindset. I don't know. Try to enjoy your life. If you're doing stuff that is not fun, or not making your friends like not appreciate you, you're probably doing something wrong. Oh my god, I started in second gear. You like that little banging off the red limiter? I do. I did it on purpose. It actually kept going further than I thought, and I was like, when's it gonna start going? And it did it, but it took quite a while. But yeah, that is gonna be all for today, guys. Probably only 2 or 3 people sat through this whole thing, so shout out to Harpina or Harpia, you know who you are, and then another person, your name is slipping my mind, but you've been commenting on their videos recently, and I appreciate that, so thank you so much. And I also wanted to mention Slobo Lobo. They definitely don't watch my videos, but they're like a British motovlogging channel that I've been watching lately, and they're like a smallish channel like me, and you know, I love seeing the vibes on other channels, and you know, seeing a change of scenery and stuff like that. So you know, props to them for getting out there and being so consistent, and you know, just being a cool, chill, like non-deadly weaving freeway pole rider. So appreciate the safety aspect and people being smart about it. So that's all for today. Goodbye.